All right, welcome on back, everyone, to this episode of First CSP, channel dedicated to bringing you the first council shoulder patch issue from all councils in Scouting America, both past and present. Today, we're going to take a look at Prairielands 117. Council began in 1992 as a name change from the former Ileana 117 Council. The first issue came with a white border and was actually done as volunteer recognition, defined by its yellow sky, dark blue BSA. We've got a red fleur-de-lis in the center, dark blue letters stating Prairielands Council 117. Really nice patch. This one is a harder one to get a hold of. This one actually was sewn onto a uniform. But they're hard to come by. We were fortunate to be able to find one more recently, so we can bring it here to you. Now, the first issue and the first regular issue, which we'll take a look at next, did come out at the same time. This is then regarded as the very first of the two. Which one they decided to order, I think, was kind of up to the council. But this is the SA1, so this is an activity issue or a special issue, and was done as volunteer recognition within the council. The S2 patch, the first regular, then has three variants, an A, B, and C. We do happen to have all three of those that we're going to be able to bring to you today. The first one, the S2A, is essentially this same patch, the SA1, but with a different color border. So their regular issue was going to come out with a purple border. And we'll put those up side by side in just a moment, but you're going to see it is the same color, blue lettering, blue BSA, red fleur-de-lis. The sky is going to be that same yellow in comparison. And this one just happens to have a purple border. There's that. Again, very first one, SA1, done with a white border. And the second one here, done with a purple border. But everything matches up. You're going to have the exact same size and font on the lettering, same coloring, same color, red for our fleur-de-lis, same stitching. We just have the white border is the SA1, and this purple border is the S2A. Now there are two more variations that are a little different from this S2A. They will have purple borders, but there are some small distinctions. One of the things we will note before we actually go to the S2B and C is the distinction in the font is made by measuring BSA. So let's see if we can measure BSA here. This BSA is said to measure at 13 millimeters. You can kind of note, see if I can get my pointer there. Right there would be your 15, the longer stripe. So this one, kind of hard to hold these and look at the camera. This one is going to be less than 15. And the other two issues, S2B and S2C, are going to come in at 15. So here we have the S2B, and you can see just from the get-go, that is a much bolder font. Now, one thing to note is when we look at these side by side, they do list the S2B as a dark purple border, and it does come across, even here on the camera, as considerably darker. If we go ahead and try and measure that BSA again, we can see that this is now coming all the way to the 15. Oops. So we have a much thicker font. They also list the letters here as 6 millimeters, whereas on the S2A they list it as 5 millimeters. There are patch dimensions here as well. The S2A was 55 by 133 millimeters. This is 52 by 135. You can take a look at the back here. for the S2B. When we put these up against each other, this one actually, although they say that they're all a yellow sky, this one has the most golden kind of sky. So there's your S2A, the first regular at the top, and along the bottom we can see the dark purple is considerably different, and the lettering is darker as well. They are both listed as dark blue letters, but in person to this lettering looks a little more flat. This one looks a lot brighter, almost like a royal blue versus blue. In comparing those two. And then we go back and we get a border that is fairly similar to the S2A when we get to the S2C. This patch, though, especially dimensionally, is much bigger. This is 58 for the vertical dimension here, where the other ones were 55 and 52. This one looks considerably bigger when it's next to the other two. Again, we see the BSA is much bigger. We get a super tight sewn background. It looks considerably different in person than the other two. The purple does closely resemble the S2A, though it's not the dark purple that's on the S2B. This one does have this Scout backing, plastic back, so that is a bit distinctive. And again, I think this is one where that will be consistent. If you have the printed plastic back, you've probably got an S2C on your hands. We'll put this up one first against the S2A. And you will see the purple borders are fairly similar. Again, you can see the BSA font much larger here. Let's see if I can get more of that text in. You can see a little bit of spacing difference on how the font is placed with respect to the border. Again, this looks more yellow. This also looks more golden. And then if we're to compare it to the S2B, this one had the dark purple border. You can see that the border there is distinctively darker on the S2B, but both of these have the somewhat apparent larger BSA than the S1A did or the S2A, both first issue and first regular issue. So hopefully that allows you to make the distinction, especially if you have one of these S2 patches. Do you have the A, B, or C, or you're trying to find one? Gives you a little bit of a visual reference. Again, you can kind of see the difference in background texture on this sky as well. This one looks a lot tighter as far as the weave goes. And we'll finish out. Let's put the first and first regular back up. So the very first is our S1A, and then we follow that behind with our S1B. Let's move this up a little bit. It's hard to get two patches on sometimes. And again, these ended up being the same production timeline, so they are essentially the same sewn patch with two different borders. The S1A being that volunteer recognition special edition that was limited in its production run, and then the purple border S2A being the first regular issue as well. So we always like it when we've got all the variations to be able to present to you. I hope you guys enjoy that as well. I certainly enjoy going out and trying to find them so that we can bring you that content. If you are enjoying it, please feel free to like and subscribe. With that, if you're really enjoying it, the best thing you can do is share it with a friend. We'd love more people to be able to see the videos. And we hope to continue to grow as we bring you more first edition CSPs on the channel. With that, I hope you guys have a great rest of your day, and we'll catch you on the next episode.